First of all, don't forget tonight's Rosh Chodesh. So you have to say Yalav V'Yov in the Shmonesrei. Also, today begins, like we learned already, we started learning, what's called the 9 days. The 9 days start from Rosh Chodesh Av through Tisha B'Av. Through Tisha B'Av, really, the next day, Tisha B'Av, through midday until 1 o'clock. So this year, Tuesday, is the Tisha B'Av, the following week. So the laws of the 9 days begin from tonight through Wednesday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, again, in halacha, the Mishnah talks about the week of Tisha B'Av, and therefore, by many Sephardic people, they only keep the week of Tisha B'Av itself. The Ashkenazic Jews keep actually the 3 weeks and 9 days. Even the 9 days, the Bais Yosef writes the Mechaber writes certain things you're not allowed to do. But here we're talking about general, let's say, Ashkenazic customs. The Gemara said, when the month of Av comes, you should less enjoy, because it's actually the time of the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. In fact, the Gemara says a very sharp expression that a person who doesn't keep the laws of the 9 days and they just don't care about the mourning over the loss of the Beis Hamikdash is like they broke a vow, and it's like they don't care about the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. They're not going to merit to see the rebuilding of the Beis Hamikdash. So it's a pretty serious time, even though people don't think so. So it's not a mazel dika time. Okay, it's not a very good time. So if somebody has surgery that they can postpone or medical procedures that they can postpone, they really should postpone it until after the 9 days. If not, then you have no choice, you could do it. Now, building anything which is not necessity of living quarters, like somebody wants to plant a garden, somebody wants to plant flowers, somebody wants to just re-wallpaper the home or re-paint the home, just not for living purpose. You just want to do that, that's also not allowed to be done during the 9 days. Building a shul, a mikveh, a yeshiva, those places are allowed to be built. Okay, now, during the 9 days, again, according to Ashkenazi custom, that begins tonight at sundown, so it began already 8 minutes ago. We don't eat meat and we don't drink wine, with the exception of Shabbos. Now, meat includes chicken also. So there's no meat, no chicken, no wine. Beer is allowed, whiskey is allowed, fish is allowed, but nothing of meat and chicken or wine. That means if somebody cooks fish, let's say, with some wine in it, that you're not allowed to do either. You're not allowed to eat a tafshil, a dish that had meat in it or it was cooked together with meat, even though there's no meat in the dish. So I'll give you an example which is relevant to the whole year. Let's say you're cooking in the same oven at the same time. You're cooking, let's say, vegetables and some meat, and they're both uncovered. So then that vegetable tray you're not allowed to eat during the 9 days because halachically it's meat. Now, if even, let's say, you have chicken soup, take out the chicken, obviously it's still called chicken soup, so it still would apply that you're not allowed to. But if somebody cooked something pariv in a meat vessel that's clean, no meat in it, but just they cooked pariv, even if the meat utensil was used that day, as long as it's clean, you're allowed to cook food in that pot and use it for the 9 days. What?
How many days is a mourner not allowed to eat meat?
How many what?
A mourner.
A mourner, I know some Sephardic people have a custom they don't eat meat. But halachically, a mourner is allowed to eat meat during Shiva. When they're in Onein, which means from the time of the death until the burial, then they're not allowed to eat meat or wine, unless it's Shabbos or Yom Tov. But during Shiva, they're allowed to eat. But this is a different type of mourning period. This is Klal Yisrael mourning. So it's because it's an inyan of simcha. The Gemara says your simcha, when you eat meat and wine, you have simcha. So therefore, you have to be matzah b'simcha. So Chum said you're not allowed to eat meat or wine. What? So when halachically it says like this, that Shabbos you're allowed to eat meat and drink wine. You can even eat what?
I was asking about
About?
Eggs?
Eggs, that we'll learn before Tisha B'Av, you eat eggs. You can have eggs. Eggs are not a problem. But I'll tell you where's an interesting shaila brought down. But let's say you bring Shabbos in early. Say you bring Shabbos in early. Right? So you daven, let's say. So now you brought Shabbos in early, so you're allowed to eat, are you allowed to drink wine, meat, and chicken? So there are people that say no. But the halacha is that you're allowed to, because by you it's Shabbos, now it's Shabbos, so you're allowed to have meat and chicken and wine. In fact, the halacha also says, what happens if you have, let's say, kids, it's late, they don't stay up Friday night for the whole meal. So they usually have their meal, let's say 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The kids will have their meat, their fish, whatever. So then for them it's their Shabbos meal, so then they would be allowed to eat, the kids under Bar Mitzvah. They would be allowed to eat the meat and the chicken because for them it's the Shabbos meal. So concerning Havdalah, so there's a whole discussion in halacha if you're allowed to drink it yourself. The Mechaber says you could drink it yourself. In halacha it says if there's no kid around you could drink it yourself. The Pearl in the Shulchan Aruch it says that if there's a kid that's the age of chinuch, that means he's 6 or 7, but he doesn't understand the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, and he's able to drink the proper amount of wine, it's better to give it to a kid. If there's no kid around, you drink it yourself. In our circles, we're not that machmir about it. Even though by the Rebbe in 770, the Rebbe was machmir about it. But Rosh Chodesh itself, you're not allowed to eat meat. There are poskim that write, somebody who has every single Rosh Chodesh, a special meal with meat in honor of Rosh Chodesh, so there are opinions, not everybody, there are opinions that say Rosh Chodesh you can also then eat that meat because it's in honor of Rosh Chodesh. But all the laws of the 9 days began already. What? Again, if the Sfardim go by the midweek of Tisha B'Av, again, there's a lot of different Sfardim customs. If they go by the week of Tisha B'Av, then until Shabbos they can eat meat and drink wine.
I think a lot of this is Rosh Chodesh.
I know, but yeah, but a lot of that Sfardim do, I'm saying.
Yes,
Ashkenazim are not allowed to eat meat. Sfardim because the whole inyan before is a chumrah by them. So some people have again, there are people. The Rebbe was machmir by not for himself. The Rebbe probably drank the wine himself. But in 770, when they made Havdalah, they used to make Havdalah every Saturday night in 770, right after Ma'ariv. The Rebbe stayed there for Ma'ariv. For Havdalah. He wasn't Jaitze, obviously, because he had to go into the Rebbe to make Havdalah. And because he said Baruch Shema, you saw right away that he wasn't Jaitze. But after Havdalah, the Rebbe was looking for a kid. In fact, there was one time a kid, they wanted him to drink the wine, and the kid was refusing. He says, the 9 days you don't drink wine. This is like an 8-year-old kid. And this all in front of the Rebbe. The Rebbe was smiling. Because you can't make a hefsek either. You have to finish. The kid has to be ready to drink the wine. Again, in our circles, we're not too machmir with because halachically you're allowed to drink it yourself.
So you have a siyum, right?
Huh? If you have a siyum of a mesechta, then you can have meat and wine. Our custom is the Rebbe Rashab would make siyumim, finish a tractate during the 9 days, but he still didn't eat meat. So again, officially our custom is not to eat meat even by a siyum. But if, let's say, there's a bris milah, pidyon haben, so then you can have meat. Even that some people wouldn't do. But in the camps, all the Chabad overnight camps, what do they do in the 9 days? The counselors make siyumim, and the kids eat meat. Whether the counselors eat meat or not, some do, some don't. But that's, I don't know what goes on in the camps now. In my days, I'm talking about what happened. Okay. No, but by the way, to make a siyum, you can make a siyum on Pirkei Avos. It has to be a siyum of a mesechta, a tractate, whole, or an entire order of Mishnayos. They call, say, the Zroim, Amoyed, Nezikin, one of those orders of Mishnayos. You can't read off Pirkei Avos and make a siyum. That's completely invalid. And also, if somebody wants to hear a siyum, you have to be present at the siyum. What happens if you hear a siyum on a Zoom? Somebody else making a siyum. So the Rebbe wanted B'chal people should make siyumim a lot during the 9 days anyway. So that aspect you can listen through a Zoom or on the phone. You can watch this, there's a lot of siyumim now on Zoom. But it's not enough halachically, if you watch it on Zoom, to be able to eat meat or drink wine because you're not there. You're not present at the thing. So that you wouldn't be allowed to eat. Now if somebody is sick, if somebody has health issues, and they're allowed to, so preferably they should eat chicken instead of meat. But if not, they can eat meat. What? Wine and grape juice are the same thing. Chicken and meat is the same thing.
It's like concentrated grape juice, you can't say.
Concentrated but yeah, but if it's very piagafen, then it's wine.
If it's shahakos or just a drink.
If it's shahakos, but wine from grape juice from concentrate is very piagafen.
Some of the kedem.
Yeah, only if it says shahakos, but most of them Bais Din are still agafen.
If it says shahakos, it's
if on the bottle says berchotz is shahakol, yeah, then it's not wine. But if if not, then you're not allowed to, then it's wine. Just because it's some grape juice from concentrate, you're not allowed to make kiddush and Abdullah on. But it's still very piagafen, it still has a din of wine. So that would be an issue. Huh? Because it's not choshev of the concentrate. That's why. It's not choshev enough. The poskim warn about that because a lot of the grape juices that you find in the market say from concentrate. It's a big shaila in halacha if you'd be allowed to make kiddush or avdallah on it. Okay, next is officially you're not supposed to put on freshly laundered clothing during the 9 days. That excludes underwear, socks, any part of any clothes that touch the skin themselves. So ideally, you're supposed to try on, let's say, practically speaking, shirts, pants, suits, whatever. So you're supposed to try them on before the 9 days, wait for half an hour at least, and then you put it away and you keep changing. Halacha says, what happens if you didn't do that? So you can throw the garment on the floor a little bit to mess it up, and then you're also allowed to take it. But you're not allowed to do laundry during the 9 days, even for after Tisha B'Av. So what happens if somebody mamish doesn't have enough clothes? So then there's a heter until the week of Tisha B'Av, which means this year would be until Friday, that you could do laundry if you mamish don't have enough clothes or children's clothing that in the olden times didn't have disposable diapers. So those kids' clothing that get dirty a lot and they don't have enough clothes, so then you're allowed to wash. But that's really an halacha only until the week of Tisha B'Av. Then the week of following Tisha B'Av is much more complicated to get a heter to be able to do it.
What about like Shabbos tablecloths?
Shabbos tablecloths you have to use, for Shabbos you can use it. Not linen, it's interesting.
You wash it before Shabbos.
Linen or the
You wash
tablecloth?
the tablecloth before Shabbos during the 9 days.
You're not supposed to, unless if there's no other tablecloth, and the tablecloth is dirty, but you're supposed to wash it before the 9 days. But halachically, you can't wash laundry during the 9 days, only what you must have for the rest of the week. What?
Somebody that's stuck in my house,
So what?
if you're stuck and you ran out of clothes, you wash what you need, or is it better to buy or better to wash?
You don't, they're equal, you don't have to buy, you can wash, but again, only what you can't make, while you're making a load already, dump other stuff into the washing machine. You're not allowed to buy clothing during the 9 days either. You're not allowed to buy clothing during the 9 days, even if you're not going to be even wearing it. You're not allowed to buy, you're not allowed to make new clothing during the 9 days. Okay, another thing which is forbidden during the 9 days, and I'm going to talk about it anyway, and that is, you're not allowed to do pleasurable bathing during the 9 days, which means that you're not allowed to swim, unless if people need it mamish for health reasons, the doctor's orders that they have to swim for therapy or whatever it is, then they're allowed to swim. But otherwise, you're not allowed to go swimming during the 9 days. In Shulchan Aruch it says you're not allowed to shower or bathe during the 9 days. Even in Shulchan Aruch it says even for Shabbos you can only wash your hands, face, and feet. But that already is not accepted anymore in practical halacha. So, Rosh Chodesh too. Rosh Chodesh starts the 9 days. The 9 days began already, like I said 25 minutes ago. But now the din is like this. So what happens if somebody, today people take showers every day, and so halachically like this, if you feel dirty, you're allowed to take a quick warm shower if you need hot water. But bottom line is, you're allowed to take a shower if you feel that you need it, okay? But, as I'm going to say it again because I think it's a chutzpah and it's wrong. To take showers in the mikveh is a chutzpah and it should not be done. You want to take a shower at home, and then go to the mikveh and table in the mikveh. To openly, brazenly show there's no din of the 9 days, that the 9 days don't exist, is a chutzpah. And again, I'm going to say it, not that people listen anyway, but it's taka wrong. I saw now other people also bring it down. It's very wrong to take a shower in the mikveh. You want to take a shower at home, privately. At least you should feel there's something called the 9 days. Not that it should be not... but by Chassidim, for Friday afternoon, for Shabbos, they do take... that's the custom, even by Chassidim, that they take regular showers. And even then contemporary poskim write that also, that you're allowed to do. Huh? After Chatzos. Even cold shower you're not supposed to. I'm saying only if you're dirty, then you're allowed to. But again, these dinim are... Huh?
If the chlorine makes you itch the whole day, and you need to just rinse it off after. Can you stick your head in the shower?
Just stick your head in the shower, yeah. And while you're at it, just put the rest of the body there too. Well, while you're at it. I'm just telling you what the halacha is. Everybody should do what they want to do. B'chlau, it says, what do they write over here? If somebody in the mikveh taking a shower should stone him. Throw stones at him.
Why can't you say the Velt is Mako when taking a shower at the mikveh?
The Velt is Mako that they drive on Shabbos. Maybe you could drive on Shabbos because people drive on Shabbos.
Well, here is a basis, no?
What's the basis?
First, Istin is if you're dirty.
Well, Istin is, and if a person, Shabbos morning they don't take a shower, so they may let them take every other. No, you can't take a shower in the mikveh. It's a chutzpah. It's Mount Prikosil.
If you're doing it at home.
Do it at home, so you do it a quick shower. At least you realize it's the 9 days.
Cold water, you also realize it's the 9 days.
No,
First thing in the morning.
no. What does it bring down over here?
Let's say
What?
somebody exercises once a week. So
No.
they exercise for 9 days, that 1 day, so you can work for sweat and you won't shower.
If they're doing that for exercise and for health, they could, and then if they have to take a clean shower, they could take, a cold shower, they could take a cold shower. Okay, we bring down a very sharp expression. Okay, anyway.